Hi, my name is Daniel Fantazzi. I am the Group Home and Auto Program Manager. I'm happy to be here today to discuss the Group Home and Auto Program and the offer specific to SAP Canada employees. I'll be happy to discuss all your questions and address them at the end. I just kindly hold that you ask that you hold them until the end of the presentation. We'll type in the chat function and save for later. During today's presentation, we will introduce you to Marsh Private Client Services, discuss today's home and auto insurance landscape. As well, we will be discussing in detail your SAP Canada Employee Group Home and Auto Insurance Program. Marsh Private Client Services. Marsh is actually one of the largest personal insurance brokers in Canada and a subsidiary of Marsh & McLennan Companies, which employs 75,000 people across the globe. We specialize in group insurance programs with our call center operating out of Kitchener, Ontario. We also have specialized department of brokers that handle the personal insurance needs of affluent families and individuals. You may have wondered what the difference is between a brokerage, an insurer, or a direct writer. An insurer or the underwriter provides the insurance policy. Direct writer uses their own insurance agents who are only authorized to sell their own insurance products. These are like the bank insurers. Most insurance companies, the insurers themselves, use brokers to sell their insurance products. Brokers have access to multiple markets, independent of the insurers, and therefore they can put the client's best interests first. Whether it's coverages, premium, or special underwriting circumstances, your best insurance solution is with an insurance broker. Advocacy. We as brokers represent the client and not the insurance company, so we're always looking for your best interest. Tailored insurance solutions. We ask questions to help identify and suggest your specific coverage needs. Multiple markets. Marsh has access to over 13 different personal line insurance companies in Canada, which is offering you more choice. At the end of the day, you're looking for the best coverage at the lowest price, and there's no one more qualified to help you find your insurance than an insurance broker. Let them do your legwork, and they can advise you on your policies within your price range. I advise you to connect with a broker today. Today's home and auto insurance landscape. Some of the emerging trends we're seeing impact personal auto insurance. Distracted driving. 8 out of 10 accidents involve some form of distracted driving. It's now a leading cause of road accidents and deaths, surpassing impaired driving. 2016 Transport Canada National Collision Database actually states that distracted driving contributed to 21% of fatal collisions and 27% of serious injury collisions that year. Insurance fraud. Insurance Bureau of Canada reports that fraud costs an estimated $1.6 billion per year. That's an average of $236 per driver. That's $236 of your premium that goes toward illegal activity. Technological innovation. Many cars are equipped with more electronics and safety equipment, like ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. While accidents are avoided more often, going against that is that people are more likely to make a claim for even minor bumps, as the more severe cost of repairs go beyond the deductibles much faster than it did before. Increased repair costs. The severity of accidents is increasing, not by volume, but by cost. As vehicles continue to become more costly to repair, auto repair costs are increasing, and the time it takes to repair the vehicles is increasing, which then increases the cost of a claim, like on things such as your rental car usage. It used to be only Teslas, BMWs, Mercedes, and Audis with advanced technological systems, and really now many affordable everyday cars come with these types of sensors. We're seeing larger and larger vehicles on the road as well, and we're seeing many more vehicles on the road, with the exception, of course, of the second and third quarter of 2020. We've also seen increasingly personalized underwriting rating practices by the insurers. Not only needing to personalize the rating and underwriting based on the driver, but also the vehicle characteristics. They're considering the emerging risk factors that are resulting in increased claims costs. Vehicle body type has been shown to be indicative of the risk level and the claims cost. You can see that in the experience of claims with SUVs versus sedans. Higher horsepower and torque have been also found to increase the risk in certain types of vehicles. Vehicle value becomes even more of a risk, considering repair and claims costs will increase on level with the vehicle value. Distracted driving now may be considered a major conviction and will impact insurance eligibility in the regular market, resulting in the placement in the high-risk market. Those are just some of the significant personalized underwriting rating practices. Severe weather events, floods, water, wind, wildfire, costing a lot of money to the insurance industry. For example, the windstorm in Ontario in January 2019 cost the Ontario insurance industry $1.9 billion in insured damages. Bodily injury claims. These continue to be one of the leading claims expenses in the auto insurance industry. These are some of the emerging trends we're seeing impact personal home insurance. Water claims are the most common type of claim. They've surpassed fires years ago. Extreme weather events like tornadoes, forest fires, or hurricanes are causing extensive damage. There's been an increase in the severity and frequency of claims. Homes are equipped with new technology like solar panels, which are good for the environment and quality of life, but they are more expensive to repair or replace in the event of a claim. Aging municipal infrastructure like outdated pipes increase the likelihood of sewer backup. Bigger homes and finished basements cost more to repair if there's a sewer backup or other damage because they're made with higher priced building materials. Increased repair costs. Rising the cost of skilled trades and labor for repairs. Labor costs for repairs has increased with inflation. Building materials are also more expensive, and there's been an obvious shortage in price increases recently. There's also been an increase in the occurrence of liability lawsuits, which increases the cost of settling claims. All of these factors impact your premium. It's a toughening market, and really, what's the current market condition? Really, I'm happy to introduce and to note that right now is probably one of the best times to get into a group home and auto insurance program, as you've most likely seen significantly higher premiums over the past few years, and our program may offer significant savings on your home and auto insurance. You may or may not know that over the last couple of years, the insurance industry as a whole has been operating as a loss in both the home and auto sector. Because of this, the market has been turning into a hard market, or it's been hardening. What this really means for you and many other Canadians is that there are stricter underwriting rules. Companies are filing for strict rules in terms of eligibility and continued business. They have a reduced capacity for carriers who want to write less business. I mean, last year we saw one large insurance company even pull out of the personal insurance business in Canada altogether. Higher premiums, obviously something we all see right away on our renewal statement. There's less competition in the marketplace. Some companies are restricting coverage. So many changes and many impacts due to a hardening market or a hard market. Just to maximize your personal insurance saving, you can reduce your mileage. Of course, the more you drive, the greater your risk of an accident. Compare vehicle premiums when it's time to purchase a new vehicle. Some cars cost significantly more to insure based on things like safety features or if they are stolen more frequently. Exercise defensive driving. Exclude high-risk drivers from your policy. Avoid getting tickets. And if you do get a ticket, you do have the option to fight it. Tickets and convictions impact your policy premiums and even your eligibility. It's a common myth is that the points affect your insurance, and the police officer will say just marked it down and there's no points, or you might fight it and go to court. It's no points, but you pay a small fine. Well, that small fine is an admission of guilt, is actually a conviction, and that is rated for in insurance. It has no bearing points. Points have to do with you keeping your license and validating your license. That's a common myth. So it's important you fight your tickets, or if you do believe you're innocent, and if not, if you do pay the ticket, you are admitting guilt, which will affect your insurance. Increase your deductibles. Lower your premiums, but of course it does increase the amount you pay out of pocket in the event of a claim. Purchase your driving record protection and your conviction protection endorsements. This is what stops you from being rated for an at-fault claim or your first conviction. They're well worth their money, those endorsements. Consult your broker prior to submitting a potential claim. They can explain the impact to a claim on your policy. Sometimes it's not worth it after paying a deductible for a $1,000 claim, paying a $500 deductible. You might be out of pocket $500, or it would have been $500 that would be covered under a claim. How much is your policy going to go up next year? What's the impact to your policy? Is it worth submitting a claim like that? These are the things, and basically your broker can do the math for you. Install risk mitigation devices like alarm systems, water shutoff valves, backwater valves, and sump pumps. All these risk mitigation devices give you discounts on certain water coverages. Bundle your property and auto policies. You get additional discounts, usually anywhere from 10 to 15% by bundling your auto and property policies with the same company. Report fraud. It impacts us all. How to maximize personal auto insurance savings. These are some of the most common car insurance discounts available in Canada, but specific discounts, of course, offered may vary by product and by provider. If possible, have all your vehicles insured with one company, and both your home and auto, like I mentioned, insured together to receive additional discounts with most insurers in Canada. Sounds like common sense, and I'm somewhat surprised, of course, when a family member or friend asks me to look at the renewal or renewals, and I see them with two separate companies for their home and auto insurance. Sometimes, of course, it does make sense, however, to have the two separated, but that, of course, is usually due to underwriting unique circumstances. So your SAP Canada Group program auto discount is 10% with Economical and 15% with Aviva Traders. Pretty substantial discounts. You should reach out to your licensed auto insurance broker to find out if you qualify for additional discounts, and you could be amazed at how much you save. These are some of the most common property insurance discounts available in Canada, but once again, the specific discounts offered may vary by province and provider. Call our brokers with your current policy or renewal in your hand to discuss your specific coverages and ensure you have all the applicable discounts on your policy. The SAP discount for property is 10% for Economical and 15% again for Aviva Traders. Some of them that jump out, of course, that I haven't already mentioned would be home alarms. If you have monitored water or home alarms, those would generate discounts on your policy. Mortgage-free, if you pay off your mortgage partway through the year. If you have that luxury, I know I'm still many, many years away, but if that happens mid-year, then you might want to let your broker know because there are additional discounts for mortgage-free, sometimes 10 or 20% on certain with certain companies. So substantial savings. Looks good there. 10% and 15%, of course, with traders. And now I'd like to discuss your specific SAP group insurance program. I'd like to start off, of course, with what's new. We are now eligible for a 10% discount on the pet insurance policies purchased through Pet Secure Pet Insurance, and there's some slides coming a little later on pet insurance as well. SAP employees also now have access to a dedicated phone number. This gives them priority in the queue when calling up for a quote. It's a 1-888-992-9160 to speak with one of our licensed insurance brokers today. Just want to go over some of the benefits as an SAP employer with access to this program. Preferred group discounted rates, they're not available to the general public. You have option for convenient monthly pay plans with no service fees. Some insurers do have service fees in Quebec. Multiple quotes, so we do deal with over 13 different insurance companies. Not only will you get a quote with Aviva Traders and Economical, but also with our other markets, and they'll probably give you the top 3 quotes in terms of price. Personalized service will be provided by knowledgeable insurance brokers. Eligibility for the program, it is, of course, for you, your spouse, and your dependent children, which are defined as those under 25, either living at home or away at school. Advocacy. Marsh can intervene and advocate for you on your behalf in the unlikely event that you are in a dispute with the insurer. Like I said previously, we work with you and for you, not the insurance companies we do business with. Claims advice. We're always there to help you understand the procedures and implications of claims and help you get back to normal. That's the reason why you purchase the insurance. Emergency claim service, provided, of course, 24/7 by all insurance companies that Marsh works with. So we have 24-hour claim service provided by the insurance companies that you would be having your policy with. Of course, we do encourage you to call Marsh during normal business hours, which are 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday to Friday, to discuss your claim prior to putting one through. If it happens to be outside of the hours or on the weekend, then please go ahead and use that 24-hour emergency service. Some of the value-added services discuss the impact of the claim on rates, like I mentioned, by calling in between 8:30 and 7 p.m. Monday to Friday Eastern Time. All of our insurers also that we work with have a 24/7 emergency claims number, like I mentioned. These are the number for traders and Economical. And all of the work that the insurers do is with the preferred vendors for repairs have gone through a vetting process, and they ensure a high standard of work. The types of vehicles are insured under the program. private passenger vehicles, trucks, like your regular pickup trucks, trailers, tow-behind trailer, snowmobiles, motorcycles, ATVs, and even motorhomes with a full suite of auto products. Your standard auto coverages are your third-party liability, which most people have $1 million in Canada. We suggest increasing to $2 million to protect your assets. Direct compensation property damage covers you, which covers you when you are hit by somebody else in a not-at-fault accident. Accident benefits, we pay for your bodily injury, death and funeral benefits, God forbid. Uninsured automobile, except in Alberta. Unless if somebody doesn't have insurance, this would cover you, and your limits would speak from your policy to cover you in an event that someone is uninsured. Physical damage coverages are optional coverages, your collision, comprehensive, all perils, which is a combination of collision and comprehensive and specified perils. Also a family protection endorsement, which is included on every policy, and that protects your family and yourself if you're involved in an accident with a third party that carries lesser limits than yourself. Your policy would respond to top them up. You can speak with a broker about the specific details of these coverages. This is just very high level for today's presentation purposes. Common automobile endorsements, like I said, increase your liability to $2 million. You can increase your accident benefits. There are optional increases for your income replacement and death and funeral benefits. Coverage for transportation replacement covers you for a rental car in the event of an at-fault accident. You do usually get one for free in the event of a not-at-fault accident. Legal liability for damage to non-owned automobiles, that's the rental car insurance. Limited waiver depreciation, where your vehicle's depreciation would not be factored against it. It's an agreed upon insured value for the first 2 years you own your vehicle at said premium. Driving record protector and conviction protector, like I mentioned earlier, will protect you in the event of your first at-fault accident or your first conviction, or it wouldn't be rated against you. Emergency service expense, that's your roadside expense if you break down on the side of the road. This is emergency services that would come and pick you up and tow you to a mechanic. Some of the types of properties that can be insured under the program would be home, a condo, a rented dwelling, a tenant package. We also have home-based business coverages, watercraft, identity theft, and personal umbrella policy. So your standard homeowner policy coverages. Your dwelling or building has a guaranteed replacement cost. This is the amount that your home is insured for, what it would cost to rebuild from the ground up in the event of a total loss. A lot of policies have a single limit endorsement, which would combine all of the total limits for the coverages into one single limit, where you could borrow from other coverages if certain coverages needed in a claim didn't have exhausted the limits. You could borrow from other coverages which have not been exhausted. Your detached private structures, your sheds and gazebos, personal property contents are usually covered under replacement costs, and you want to ensure that is done on your policy currently. Additional living expenses, that would be the coverage that would pay for you to be in a hotel or rented another home while your home is being repaired after an insured loss, or if it's uninhabitable due to an insured loss. Personal liability, that's your actual legal liability that follows you anywhere in the world. Voluntary medical payments and voluntary property damage payments are as it says, voluntary and at your own discretion. So, your kid may put a golf ball through a neighbor's window. You may volunteer to pay for the damage to the window off your home insurance policy. Condominium coverages usually cover you for your contents, your unit betterments and improvements, things like updating carpet to hardwood or updated bathroom, updated countertops, things that are over and above what the standard unit was. Loss assessment coverage, that's an important one as well. If the condo has a loss, they may assess all of the condo corp owners an assessment, and you would be responsible for that. So the condo policy does cover you for that, as well as a condo corp deductible that they might be responsible to pay before making an insurance claim, and you can increase your limits for the condo corp deductible. That's an important coverage to look into with your condo corp or on the agreement. Additional living expenses, the same as with a homeowner's policy. If you're unable to be in your unit or because it's being repaired or due to a claim, they cover you for that. Personal liability, same as well, voluntary medical and property damage. Tenants, very similar to condo, it's just more basic because it's just the contents, your additional living expenses, personal liability, voluntary medical, and voluntary property damage. Because all you own in the unit is your contents, you wouldn't own any betterments and improvements as a landlord. They are the landlord's responsibility. Your insurable interest is solely your contents and these other coverages that tag along with all of our property policies. Common property endorsements, personal article floater, high-value jewelry. You might want to schedule individual high-value items because most policies have special limits for jewelry. Fine art collections, high-value bicycles. These are very common personal article floaters that are not or are subject to unique deductible. Sewer backup is a common endorsement that I recommend you have, and overland water, two very important waterland coverages. Water coverages are unique coverages as opposed to just regular water escape that might be covered under your policy. Earthquake, some of our employees at BC or clients in BC see the value of that coverage. Identity theft expense, this covers you for the expense that it would cost to restore your identity back to the way it was before your identity was stolen. Claims protector, this would protect your claims-free status in the event of your first claim. And home-based business coverages, whether you're doing taxes or some other kind of home-based business, excluding most internet sales, I believe, they have coverage for home-based businesses as well. So just specific to your program, we have the two group insurers offering preferred rates. Traders General Insurance Company, you have your discounted rates on home and auto insurance, no monthly service fee on your pay plan, a 24-hour claim service, accident forgiveness is optional. You have Halo Assistance Services, which provides access to legal assistance and home repair assistance, and that's included on your property policy for our group programs. Claim service satisfaction guarantee, as well as Aviva. Economical, very similar. You have your discounted home and auto rates and no payment plan fee for the monthly payments, 24-hour claims service, optional accident forgiveness. You work with reputable qualified contractors and repair facilities, so you don't have to shop around. They can actually refer you for other home projects as well if you go on the website. Convenient on-site rental car pickup at certified economical repair facilities. Lifetime guarantee while you own your vehicle. On the body and parts and paint for repairs made at their certified economical repair facilities. They have a 2-year guarantee on all property restoration repairs made by their certified economical quality contractors. And they have a 92% customer satisfaction rating based on post-claim surveys. So that's good news. Just some information now. I'm pleased to present the Pet Secure pet insurance offering. Pet Secure is Canada's leading pet insurance provider with a dedicated team of licensed insurance advisors and bilingual customer service agents. They specialize in claims representatives who have trained animal health technologists as well. Pet Secure Pet Health Insurance is underwritten by Petline Insurance Company, a member of Economical Insurance. One of the big highlights of this policy is that you can have coverage for up to 80% of your vet bill for illness and accidents for dogs and cats. It really depends on the level of coverage you purchase, but this can really make the difference between life and death for your pets. And I have a happy story to share about a colleague of mine's friend's dog who was suffering from cancer, and once diagnosed, dog's chemo was to cost $15,000. But luckily, she had the top level, level 4 insurance, and the difference between was really the difference between the $15,000 vet bill, which just ultimately wouldn't have been affordable, and what ended up being a $3,000 vet bill. $3,000 is still a lot of money, but it did allow her to keep her dog, who's still alive, by the way. So there's some different protection available for dental, alternative therapies, surgeries, medications, preventative care, and more. Wellness coverage for annual routine service plus flea and heartworm control. They have lifetime coverage with the annual renewable limit. And as part of the Marsh Group Home and Auto Program, you get a 10% group discount on the pet insurance product. They have an easy enrollment process. Employees can choose the level of coverage they prefer. level 1 to 4, and select an annual deductible. You can obtain a quote buying coverage online and even pay via credit card if you like. To obtain coverage, please call PetSecure directly at 1-888-920-7176 or visit www.petsecure.com/Marsh Canada. And that's the link for the 10% discount over their retail rate. So these are your 4 coverage level options and the limits they include for each level of accident, illness, and dental. A detailed description of the coverages to be found online. So please, you can get a quote, like I said, at www.petsecure.com/Marsh Canada or phone PetSecure directly at 1-888-920-7176. And just a reminder how you can sign up for the SAP Employee Group Home and Auto Insurance Program. You can call our brokers directly at 1-888-992-9160. Or if you want us to call you back a little closer to your renewal date, usually 30 to 45 days before your renewal, you can submit your current policy expiry dates at www.marsh.ca/quote. That's www.marsh.ca/quote. I just want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you taking the time to join us and learn about the program. And I'll be happy to answer any of your questions now. Thank you.